It's time for SideScrollers from ScrewAttack with your hosts, Stuttering Craig.
Die.
Chad.
I'm not having any fun. The plot's gone all to hell, and any second now, the outro's probably gonna come in and cut us off from whatever we're.
And Professional Jared.
I hope your pretty little hands aren't tired, because you're gonna make me a coat hanger.
And now, broadcasting from the World ScrewAttack headquarters in Dallas, Texas, it's the SideScrollers.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. What's going on, everybody? Hi, I'm Junk in the Butt.
Why would you do that? I'm Chad.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Stuttering Craig. Hey, everybody, welcome to the most entertaining 30 to 45 minutes of every video game week. It is SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. Hello, everybody. Hey, Chad.
Hi, Craig.
That joke will make more sense to people who watch this week's extended cut.
Hey, Jared.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
All right. Man, oh man, we got a great show this week. I'm so excited. I'm so energetic. And man.
Craig's on the verge of insanity.
Woo! All right. So before we go any further, stop what you're doing. Everybody stop. We have to announce the winners of the 3 Ways to Win contest because Sean gave me this piece of paper with names written down on it.
We're so professional.
And I must read them off right now.
I was really hoping that would rip.
If you know, you can be a part of this contest. Super easy. We just pick names randomly off people who do this stuff. All you gotta do is retweet at ScrewAttack News. ScrewAttack News is the Twitter handle. We want you to read our new stuff. You can also follow at ScrewAttack News, and you can also write whatever you want to write on ScrewAttack. If you blog, you have a chance to be a winner. This week's winners are, for retweeting, Nabisco2K5. And,
Nabisco? Nice.
Yes. The winners for following at ScrewAttack News. We have 2 this week. Pat the Otaku, and it says F3 line, but I think it's
Feline?
Feline. Yes.
Right.
So, Feline. And the writer is G1 the Englishman. It's lovely. So we are spreading across the world. That's great. So congratulations to our winners. You guys all win stuff we have, as well as a free month of Advantage user Serenity. So you can go back and watch this if you're not already an Advantage member. So yes, this week we had some fun stuff, including I put this up on the weekend. And people thought it was really dumb for putting it up, but the Super Mario 3DS glitch.
That's not a glitch at all.
It's not a glitch. Yeah, I know, but I didn't say this in the video. But why are you going to put a power up for the first time on the 8th level of the game?
So that when you're at the 8th world, you still got a
It's
nice
something
extra
new.
surprise.
Look, when you saw it, you were like, "What the fuck, too?" Because
I don't know where you were.
Well, I know, but still, when you saw it, you're like, "That's crazy."
You made it sound like you got one of the propeller blocks stuck into one of the question
Well,
blocks.
that's what I thought happened. Yeah, so whatever.
Anyway,
gotcha.
We also have a contest. How many people are online? Oh, actually, a lot of people have been asking, where is that taking place? It actually took place at COD XP. Been sitting on the video for a while. So there's a lot of people online. How many people are online? You got to go to ScrewAttack and answer the question.
It's like those guess how many jelly beans are in the jar thing, only much funner. Much more fun.
Also, Chad, we have a sale going on at ScrewAttack store right now.
We do.
Yes, because it is Thanksgiving week, and people like to give away stuff on Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, we started even before Black Friday. Basically, right now, every order that's over $19 gets a free t-shirt with it. Plus, we have a whole bunch of new t-shirts that just came out. So essentially, you can buy some of our awesome new t-shirts and get one totally free. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we got something else coming up on Black Friday that involves DVDs.
Way to
Just
spoil
cast a
it.
spell at them?
Yes.
I did. Mystery. Mystery.
We also had several reviews go up on the site this past week, including probably my personal favorite was the review of Super Tanuki Skin 2D.
Yes.
Which was done by Jared.
Very serious look at.
Very hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, PETA's first foray into the video game markets. Actually, this may not be the first. I haven't done my research.
No, they did Meat Boy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did Super Tofu Boy, but I think it was a really good, intelligent look at the intricacies of their piece of shit game.
Wonderful. I appreciate your insight on your insightful review.
Yes, indeed.
It's great. Speaking of reviews, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to have my review of Super Mario 3D Land on SideScrollers. We're actually we're just going to talk about it and
Live and uncut.
I'm going to give my live and uncut thoughts. I have my notes ready to go.
I'm going to cut something.
No.
well,
yes, that's coming up later today. All right. But right now it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard News.
All the day's news from this past week. It's time for
Since we were just talking about Mario 3D Land on the Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo is saying that they are actually setting the 3DS up with a new firmware update to allow the 3DS to have DLC.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty much saying that they're not necessarily perpetrating it, but they're creating the framework so that if the developer or publisher or whatever wants to create DLC for one of the 3DS games, they can. Now,
Smart.
Nintendo themselves are saying, we're not necessarily going to do this because we personally believe in giving people the full experience when we release our game.
So great.
And if for whatever reason we decide to do so, it's going to be free.
Wow.
Which they've done in the past. Like, they've done, like, free updates for, like, Professor Layton and things like that have always been free.
That was like the best thing that they possibly could have done, I think. DLC, I think, is a part of video games nowadays, and some companies take it to the extreme, Capcom. And some companies don't, just totally underutilize it, But I think there's a medium area in there that I think is utilized pretty well. Even games like, I think, Black Ops, and like the Call of Duty franchise, I think they add because they give people the option to download more maps, and it further enhances your experience. Do they hold some maps back? I'm sure they do during release, but like with Modern Warfare 3, you got, 16 maps or something like that? 12, 16 maps?
It's a lot.
So I feel, but whereas like Halo, you got 6 maps done twice, and like Brian said in his review, when's the DLC coming? So I think DLC is a part of it, it's just part of the landscape now, but I think what Nintendo said, we're gonna offer it, but we're not gonna do it. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just really smart for them. We'll probably, obviously for third-party developers, DLC is a very big thing because they make a lot of money from it. So hopefully this will entice more developers to start producing even more content, maybe expanding the library of the 3DS,
Well, I'm also sure this is also kind of like them opening the gates for the Wii U.
Right.
Because if like, hey, we've got DLC on our 3DS, we figured it out. Now we can do it for the Wii U to get third-party publishers on that.
which will hopefully help for their launch.
Theoretically. We'll see. So the update's not supposed to come for at least a couple of months yet, or we don't even know what kind of DLC we could see. Some Mario 3D Land extra levels would be awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Speaking of weird DLC things for Nintendo stuff, Super Street Fighter 2 for the Genesis got released on the Wii's Virtual Console.
So weird.
Awesome. But it has online play.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, on the Virtual Console, yeah.
Capcom updated the Wii version of the Genesis Super Street Fighter 2 to have online play.
Here's the problem with the Genesis version.
So obscure. Like, sorry, this is-
Yeah.
Here's the problem with if it's the Genesis version of the game, my memories of the Genesis version of the game had you having to press start to switch between punches and kicks.
If you only had the 3-button controller.
If you only
if
had
you had the
3-button
6, it
controllers.
would still let
If you were a cool person.
I was stuck in the dark ages. So
I was playing Eternal Champions with that shit.
you're the man. So I'm assuming that everything's just going to work properly with the.
With like a classic controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure if you're using the Wii remote, you'll have to press the button to switch.
We should try
What's
that
the
out.
TVC stick. I have a TVC stick at home.
Yeah.
So
We should try it out. That'd be cool.
That would be neat. All right.
See if there's
Alright.
actually anyone online to play.
yeah.
I see, and that's just it.
Yeah.
I doubt people are going to want when you have
On the
Street
Wii,
Fighter 2 Hyper
the
Fighting.
Genesis version. Sorry,
Yeah. You got Hyper Fighting, you got Super Turbo HD Remix,
Street Fighter 4.
Yeah. So I want to go
sure.
back and play the Genesis version. Not even like the arcade port.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Genesis
Yeah,
version.
that's kind of like a crumb on the floor of a delicious cookie that they're giving to the Wii owners.
Yeah.
At least
that's
it's
kinda-
something, but hooray. Yeah.
I
Final
can't imagine
story.
the support would be that good for it.
Yeah. Final story. So we kind of talked about it briefly before, but Call of Duty Elite, which
Got raped.
is basically a crap ton of people signed up for it, which is basically a way to track your stats for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The Activision had once said that we may not ever do it for the PC version. Because the PC version, it's too easy for people to like get into the website or into their files or whatever to change their stats, to
Right.
like boost themselves, to change their win streaks or whatever.
Just take a lot of moderation.
Yeah, so the parents said, well, we can't do it. But then they backtracked and said, well, now we may still do it. Sorry.
That's good. Well, see, I always thought that it was kind of geared towards the PC audience because in all the demos they showed us, it was for, maybe it wasn't for the Xbox, but they showed the actual.
The click around the website?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. On your PC. So I figured that was just a hand in hand.
Hey, we can't even handle the traffic that we have now. Hey, I know. Coming to PC soon.
Yeah.
Like,
What I thought was weird is the pretty much main reason for not wanting to do it on Call of Duty Elite, or why it's been delayed so long, is because of cheaters.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because there are cheaters on the console version.
Well,
yeah, just not as many.
Like,
exactly.
it's not like people being mods or whatever, but they're still there. and they may not be as easily tracked. I mean, look at Modern Warfare 2. How many people were doing the Riot Shield boost trick?
Well, that's just it. That was in every single game. And here, we had the story on ScrewAttack this past weekend that only 1,700 people have been banned, through Modern Warfare 3.
Which is really good.
I think that's a phenomenal percentage.
And still early on.
It is.
We'll see.
And I'm sure there's going to be a number of glitches that are found that people are going to try to expose and use. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, like people, to kind of relate this to ScrewAttack, version 4 of our site was totally spam botted out. There's spam bots everywhere. They were in the comments all over the place. And then we came over to the new ScrewAttack, and you'll see a spam bot 1 a day, 2 a day in the actual comments, and our forums.
It gets caught pretty quick.
Yeah, they get caught really quick. So it's been a drastic cut down, and I think that same, with Modern Warfare, I think it's that drastic of a cut down. Only 1,700 people whereas last night there were 1,200,000 people playing on last night, and I mean that's less than 1%. That's a percentage of a percent. I think that's really, really great.
Was it 1,700 or 1,000?
1,700. That's the way the story read.
I remember seeing somewhere it was 1,000. Whatever.
But even at 17,000, that's still a percentage of a percent. If my math does me correct. I think so.
A
yeah.
percentage of a percent?
If let's see, a million. That's 100. Yeah. That's exactly. It's a percentage of a percent. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hard news.
All right. Very good. Let's get into some video games now, because we haven't talked about video games today. And we're going to talk a little about new Super Mario Land 3DS, the 3D Mario game, which Mario 3D.
Super Mario 3D Land.
Coasting again
For
with
the
seamless
Nintendo 3DS.
transition.
Super Mario 3D Land, yes. It's the Mario game. It's on this 3DS. Okay, so I've been playing this the past week or so, and I figured we'd get into kind of chit-chatting about some of these things. Jared, you've also played this, so I figured you can throw in your 2 cents. And
I have not.
You
I
have not.
picked up a 3DS.
And you can ask questions about it.
You're farther than I am. I'm only like World 4.
Okay, so let's add a little precursor here. I have beat the main area. I'm in the special world, and one thing you got to know is that when you watch reviews, and we talked about this a lot at the office, a lot of the reviews that came out day of, there was an embargo on those reviews. You know more about that, right?
Yeah, basically Nintendo had a non-disclosure agreement on what they previously said the post-endgame content of Mario 3D Land. They did the same thing with Zelda Skyward Sword, where basically after you beat the game, there's more stuff to do, but for some reason Nintendo didn't want people talking about that.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be a secret or surprise for people who buy the game.
But that's why the game gets like way better, is what I heard you guys say.
Oh, exactly. And so I'm going to start by saying my first playthrough of levels 1 through 8, I was disappointed in the game. I was going to give it I think Mario comes with a higher standard when it comes to just platforming and just video games in general. He's the golden child when it comes to video games. He is the benchmark of what you expect with video games. So if it's not a 9, if it's not a 10, you're disappointed. I was disappointed. I was going to give it around 7.5. 7.5. I was pretty disappointed on the way through. But once it finished, I was like, wow, okay, now the real game starts. Because all of a sudden the levels get harder. It's like the game essentially doubles in size, and there's more power-ups. The actual real Tanuki suit comes out with the stone guy, and there's different types of levels which weren't available in the first playthrough of the game. So the game gets ridiculously harder, ridiculously better.
And it's not just harder like Mario Brothers 1, where every Goomba is suddenly a spiny. There's like some spike traps just everywhere and additional pits. So there's like a lot more like death opportunities throughout every stage.
And something I thought was really cool is they brought back the bad mushroom from.
Yeah, the poison mushroom came back.
Yeah, the poison mushroom from Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan, which was really, really great. And it actually follows you around.
Yeah.
So you can't like just.
It chases you?
Yeah,
It chases you.
Yeah, so you got to trick it off a ledge or something along those lines. Okay, so graphically, it's Mario. I think one of the best things that Mario has going for it is it's cartoony. It's not trying to be realistic. It's fun. It's cutesy. It's
That'd be so
colorful.
weird.
Yeah.
They tried to like realism up Mario. It'd be horrifying.
One of the things I caught really early on was in a lot of Mario games, there's themes to different worlds. You know, there's the snow world, there's the big world.
Desert.
There's not that. There's
There
not
really
that.
isn't a theme this time.
Yeah, it's just
even when
like-
you think there is, there isn't.
Yeah, you just kind of go from world to world, and it's kind of there.
Like
and
I got to World 2 on the overworld, like the background's kind of like yellowish. So like, oh, I'm obviously in the desert world now. No.
yeah, it's just
There was like one
First
or two
one, there's
desert
a
levels
lake.
in
You're
there.
like, what?
yeah, it's just you're just kind of in the back. It's just kind of in the background. It just kind of serves as ambiance, really. There's no rhyme or reason as to what it is, and I would have liked to seen that for sure. But you know, graphically, it is pretty in that what you actually see on the screen. I thought the backgrounds were fairly bland. Other than the actual playing area that you're playing on.
Yeah, it's just like a big open area.
Yeah, it's just there's the open. But I think the big part of that is that it helps the 3D come. It helps you focus on what you're looking at with the 3D.
How is the 3D with it?
Okay, the 3D is good on certain areas. Maybe there's something wrong with my eyes, but 3D doesn't do a whole lot for me. I do like that you can actually you can change between having the 3D go effectively sink into the screen or have the 3D come out at you. If you press up or down on the D-pad, it gives you two options on the 3D effect.
Okay.
It's pretty good. There are a lot of gimmicky, things coming at you that you're like, whoa, and they look pretty good. There were a couple times where you kind of bat your eyes and you're like, wow, that looks really great. But there are a couple times where the 3D would backfire, where I had to make a jump, but I couldn't make the jump because I couldn't process. My mind couldn't process that this area was this jump.
Screwed up your depth perception?
Yeah, it was definitely. I had some issues with it. I guess some jumps that needed to be made.
Does it need to be played in 3D, or was it totally fine that you just turned it off?
Yeah, I could play without 3D.
There's some areas where if you have the 3D on, you have a much cooler effect. And like the game will pretty much tell you, turn your 3D on.
Okay.
Yeah, but it definitely helps. Now, I will tell you that there were some camera angles in it that remind me a lot of Super Mario RPG, where it's kind of the over-the-shoulder Mario.
It's like isometric.
Yeah, and it's it kind of, or like Sonic 3D, on the Genesis or whatever it was. They had that over-the-shoulder look that they tried to pull that off, and I don't know why that's continuously tried to pull off, but I had some issues with that, and that I didn't think it was the best use of the camera. There were some really smart uses of the camera, though, where you duck down and you go into a little hole or something, and it looks like Mario's actually crawling out at you on a couple times. It looks really nice. As far as the gameplay goes, I'm still going to say it's slow.
It is.
And I don't care what anybody says. The game is slower than traditional Mario games.
Like I'm holding the run button the entire time.
Just smashing it in as hard as you can. And
Pretty much.
Going faster.
Did you find that it was harder for Mario to accelerate in this game?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And you can't get the best jump right. Like in traditional Mario games, you can get your best jump within a couple steps.
Yeah.
And where this one, you actually have to get kind of a full run. And I had a hard time on a few jumps.
Well, it took just a little longer in Super Mario 3.
But still, it was
like one definitely. One you're just like run button, there you go.
Yeah. But I think if you play it, you kind of get the same.
Yeah, compared to like the other 3D Marios, especially like Mario Galaxy or even Mario 64, it feels off.
Okay.
Because if you stand still and actually press the Y button to run, he actually like runs in place a little bit. So almost like he's like runs activated. He almost like got a little bit of acceleration.
Got his little Sonic spin?
Kinda. It feels weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think people kind of complain about a run button, but the run button's always been there.
Yeah.
It's just this time now it gives you like a visual cue that he's like ready to run.
Yeah. I guess they didn't have it in 64. Or
Just pressed up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Levels are short, which make it, that was my thing with Ocarina of Time, is that it wasn't a game that was made for a handheld experience.
Right.
This game is perfect for a handheld experience. Levels are short, you can get through 2 or 3 in a sitting. You can beat them all in a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. Sometimes they're almost too short, you expect them to be longer. One thing I picked up on that I don't know has happened in any other Mario game, traditionally when you come back on a new life, you're small. Mm-hmm. And here you start big,
Yeah.
which you start with a hit already, which
Just make it easier.
yeah, it's a little bit easier. Which in a game where you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lives, and if you die 5 times, you get a Tanuki suit where you're invincible, and
If you die 5 more times, you get a P-Wing that beats the level for you.
yeah, which is amazing. Which I haven't found. Which I've only seen in other people's reviews, but I don't die 10 times, so I've only heard rumors about.
I've only seen this in the other people.
Look, I'm just saying, if you die 10 times in a Mario game, you don't. What
In
the
a row.
fuck? Come on. All right. Did you find it was like Tanuki overkill? And I realized that's the theme of the game.
Oh yeah.
It's
like
so
right away in World 1, you're seeing giant Goombas with Tanuki tails.
Everything is Tanuki.
You figure that'd be something that like kind of slowly like
Built up?
Built up or introduce in to kind of like make tension or new discovery, but no, right off the bat.
The idea is that you have a like this Tanuki tree, blows all the leaves off, and everybody gets this, gets the Tanuki power or whatever. But if the Tanuki tree was there all along, how come that hasn't been in any of the other games? That's all I'm saying. So
It never lost its leaves before. Well, they're leaves.
the leaves were there. You could just take one off. From the sound standpoint, I thought the sound was beautiful, wonderful. I thought there were some really great new additions to the Mario library, as well as some really cool remix. I like what they did with the underground music. It's really, really good, really pretty. And all you can say is the music's phenomenal. Replayability. Like I said, the second quest is where the game really begins. You got to get through. And if you watch the Game Overthinker this past week, he talked about how his ideal game is a game that is easy to play, kind of
easy to learn, challenging to play, but hard to master.
Bingo. And I think that's exactly what this game is. And traditionally Mario games are. And it's hard to master, but you still have 150 lives to get through and beat it, so.
And invincible Tanuki leaves.
Yeah.
Does it have a multiplayer at all?
Nope.
No multiplayer.
Nothing even with like system like DS or anything?
No.
Well, they have a system pass thing, or street pass thing,
Okay.
where like they have like these challenge rooms where you have like 10 seconds to clear it. Whereas like, a bunch of enemies or a bunch of coins, you have to grab them all. And sometimes you can street pass new ones to each other. Like I got one from you.
Yeah, I got one from you and I got one from Nick as well. All right, let's see. You will never have to use a continue in this game, ever. So, anyways, like just the overall thought on the game, I was pretty disappointed until the second quest came around. Then it blew me away. I thought the game that's where the game really started, and that was kind of the equivalent of Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. It takes the next step. It's not overly difficult. There are difficult parts, but it's still enjoyable to play.
The first playthrough is like the great introductory one. You get people trained up, especially if you've never played a Mario before. And
That's
there's
what it
like,
sounded
nah, here's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Good luck.
It's really great. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think if you have a 3DS, you definitely need to pick it up. A lot of people are saying it validates 3D. I think it does do a great job validating 3D, but I don't think it does a good job validating the 3DS, if that makes sense. I don't think you should buy a 3DS just for this game, because it's good, but I don't think there's not enough else to offer. It doesn't validate the entire console. I think it does a good job with the 3D though.
Like I want to get a 3DS. I'm just waiting until more stuff comes out, because there's nothing right now that I'm like I have to play. Like I'm interested in Kid Icarus when it's ready, and like I want to play this, but I'll just wait, and all it's gonna do is just decrease in price. So.
Yeah, and I think it's what you see with all Nintendo consoles. The third-party support isn't there, and the games that Nintendo makes are amazing, and that's what you buy the console for. But right now, there's only a handful of Nintendo games out there that really are great on the 3DS.
That's because they're holding them all for next year.
Well, yeah, and
They said they're holding them all for next year.
The game I'm really looking forward to is Mario Kart 7. Having played that, I think it's...
We only have to wait a couple of weeks for that one.
That's kind of my sleeper hit right there. I'm really looking forward to it. Which I guess you can't really call Mario Kart a sleeper hit, but I'm really looking forward to it. Overall, I give Mario Kart, Super Mario 3D Land a 9 out of 10. Really, really good. Really enjoyable. Like I said, if the second quest wasn't there, I would totally
7.5.
be vomiting on it. And not that 7.5 is a bad game, but 7.5 is really a good game. But just in the Mario standards, this one is up there. So
Cool.
There we go.
And that's the Mario 3D Land. 3D Land?
Super Mario 3D Land.
Super Mario 3D Land. I just play the game. I like it. It's fun. It's Mario Land.
I don't
on
read
3D.
words.
I just press start when the game prompts me to.
Pass the menu.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you getting your hand ready? Is it
I
juiced
am.
up? All right, cool. Right now it's time for the SideScroller News Desk.
Hit the music.
Okay. This week we have four stories from you guys. We'll start with the one that was bombarded in my email.
Okay.
I got this from everybody. Everybody sent me this. Really, really great. And let's go to South Florida,
Yes.
where, all right,
See, that's
Good
why,
job, Florida
that's why you
team.
got bombarded. People are just
Florida.
There's Google searching Florida. And whatever-
Florida news stories.
Yep.
Cuts down half
this
their
one-
searching time.
This one was pretty well covered across the United States.
Okay.
All right? Okay. There are sometimes people don't like parts in their body. They have to get them changed, right? They want to get them changed, right?
Okay.
And sometimes you go through drastic measures. Sometimes you want to get plastic surgery. You want to get some sort of injection. Some people get lipo.
Some people do all, like Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Some people
but
become a different gender.
You should never, ever, ever do that in a hotel room. Right?
No.
You should probably go through the correct procedures, like maybe a medical procedure, like going to the hospital to get it done. There was a dude who apparently...
Bargain facelifts. Come on up to room 204.
Sure, butt face, that this would be the thing. This is enhancing of the buttocks. This is making your butt a little more round.
Ass injection?
Ass injections. You're correct, Jared. You thought about these?
No. Well, kinda.
No.
I don't have an ass.
Well, would you ever think about doing it like this lady has?
Where's the syringe? Oh my God.
All right, so this is the...
Is this the before or after?
This is after. Okay. This is, that's actually O'Neill Ron Morris, who's a transgender. That means he's actually a man that you're looking at right there. This man has started to charge people $700 to do ass injections.
Oh.
So you can have an ass, a booty
this is the
like
person
that.
that's doing it?
Yes. And you can have a booty like that.
Jesus,
All
that's
right?
not even proportionate to anybody.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's ridiculous. How can you get your pants on around that? You can't.
No, I don't think that's why the shirt's pulled down.
Okay. So here's the thing about good old O'Neill Ron Morris. Once again, this is a male doing this.
Okay.
He is shooting people in the butt with a quote cocktail of chemicals. Right?
Okay.
So this is not even like real stuff. He thinks he's sticking in people's butts like cement, tire sealant, super glue, and mineral oil.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Just pretty much anything he could find in his backyard.
Pretty much. And he's like, listen, I'll do it. And he charged $700 to do this. So he injected this into this woman's ass. And guess where she is right now?
Dead?
Hospital?
She's in the hospital. She is
Getting
in
her ass removed?
critical condition right now because this guy's just pumping shit into this lady's body. Anyways, he's being held on bond for $15,500 right now.
Oh my God.
And the police are like, this guy has to have done this to more people.
Yeah.
So they're just begging people to come out, because they think people may be
It's
scared.
not going to be hard to find him. Just walk down the street and look for anyone that looks like this.
Just look for people getting knocked over to the
Yeah,
side.
seriously.
Can't get up. Okay.
People getting stuck in doorways, like.
All right, there you go.
Those
There's an
exercise balls people kind of sit on and just bounce around.
Yeah,
just look for people like that.
It's like that South Park ball episode where all the guys get giant balls. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, where they're bouncing around their balls. It's kind of like that, just with a butt.
So confused.
It's good. All right, now let's go to the merry old land of Europe. All right.
Okay.
Where, once again, common sense says you don't buy things off the street, right? That's just the general idea. Chances are it's stolen. Chances are it's a con.
Right, unless it's
Chances
for a good
are-
price, right?
Yeah. Well, is $200 for
This
an
is from
iPad
our
a good
store.
price?
200
200 pounds, I guess?
Definitely stolen.
Yeah. So this guy's selling a 200-pound, what's the equivalent?
200 pound
what's
iPod,
the
my
pound-
God.
What's the pound equivalent to $1?
I think it's $1.70.
So yeah, talking close to $300.
Okay, so $300 iPad.
Sounds like $200 off, right?
Okay, so he's like, hey, you want to buy this iPad from me? And the guy's like,
How much?
yeah, okay, I'll buy that 200-pound iPad from you. So the guy,
It was just a lid he took off of a microwave.
Yeah, I know.
they go to the bank. The guy gets money out of his ATM, right? And he goes, here you go. Here's $200. The guy goes, here's a black bag. So then the guy walks away, and they both go their separate ways.
Why did you not check it?
The guy then goes around the corner and he checks it, which is probably the dumbest thing you need to do. And he finds that he literally just bought a sack of potatoes from this guy, which is amazing.
Are you kidding me?
No, the guy literally bought a sack of potatoes. He opened it and discovered there were some potatoes in this black bag that he just bought. Which, once again, potatoes generally look a lot thicker than iPads.
How would you not notice it at all? Well, it's not a
Wow.
complete loss. At least now he knows what he's having for dinner tonight.
It's a very expensive
How
dinner.
are people that dumb? Like, the first thing that if anyone told me, like, hey, you want to sell this for cheaper, I'd be like, show me that it works. Like,
Yeah. And
it's in the back.
that's there, man.
It's like a mystery, man.
All right.
I like mysteries. Hold on, let me get my money.
Next, let's go to Atlanta, where that guy looks like he's crazy.
Yep.
First off, anybody who has a tattoo on their neck, I'm just gonna throw it out
Dead
there.
center?
You're pretty nuts.
Well, he's number 3, so there's at least 2 more.
Yeah.
On his Adam's apple.
All right, that's Anthony Richard Course III, which is why he has to have 3 on the neck, I guess.
Where is this?
This is in Atlanta.
Okay.
All right, and this guy, okay, sometimes when you live in a neighborhood, sometimes somebody at your apartment plays loud music, right? And you're like, rah, 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 rah. Well, this guy has a thing against people parking in front of his house, right?
Okay.
So his natural next step, the next thing that he needs to do to stop this issue is to put signs on the car that say car bomb and
Oh no!
50-foot clearance IED, which is improvised. So this guy puts these giant signs on this car,
That's
right?
hilarious.
And so nobody would park anywhere near it, right? And sure enough,
I mean, so he did it on his own car?
no, he did this on somebody else's car who parked it there, right? Because he didn't want anybody else parking on the street. So he goes out and he posts these things on Facebook. He's like, look at how clever I am. Rah, rah, rah. Well, I'm Anthony Richard Course III. I'm the man. So
Oh my god.
dude posts these on these car, and it gets reported to the police because anytime you see a car
A giant
with
sign that says car bomb, there's cause for concern.
probably a good idea to get
My
checked out.
god, it's so clever. They're hiding it in the open.
Cops come out, check it out with the K9 unit, criminal investigation, and all that stuff. Dude gets thrown in jail because, once again, Facebook, Twitter, they are great if you use them responsibly, but this guy did not.
To give yourself evidence.
Yes, and now this guy has been put in jail on $22,400 bond, which
What?
is
So this guy got a higher bomb than the dude lady injecting deadly stuff into people's
Because he put a
asses.
sign on
Yes.
someo's car?
yes.
There was no explosives or anything.
He didn't hurt anyone.
But he was charged with, let's see, what was he? He was charged with something about inciting terrorist acts or something along those lines.
oh, they're just terrorism.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck that.
Can't mess with terrorism.
Yes, bingo. So, sorry,
I think it's funny.
he's a terrorist.
I'm sorry you have to be in jail and pay a ridiculous amount of money.
But Chad gives you mad props.
Yeah.
You can pay his bond, Chad.
Fuck that.
All right. All right, finally.
Ridiculous.
All right, now in a world of everybody's right, everybody gets a trophy, let's go to Fresno Pacific University,
Okay.
where this is one of my biggest issues with team sports growing up now. Every kid gets a trophy, even if you're in last place, you're still the best. You are.
Some of us like those trophies.
Well, that's great, but it creates a world of pussies.
Some of them still have it.
So in a world of pussies, this guy got cut, probably for the first time in his life, from his basketball team.
Okay.
He got cut at Fresno Pacific
You
University.
get a trophy? You've been cut! And
Well,
it's got like a guy crying in gold. So.
He got cut for
With the razor blade.
for actually violating team standards, right?
Okay.
So
He's only got one leg.
yes, he must have two. So
I'm just trying to guess something crazy here.
upon being cut, he then just goes on a rampage. A rampage that consists of this is a 6 foot tall, 170-pound man stripping down to nothing, and I just want to read this to you, as this is just absolutely nuts. Okay. Young's friends, who said they were members of the Fresno Pacific basketball team, told the officers that Young had been kicked off the team about an hour earlier. Then he said he tore up his apartment, and then ran naked into the street. Witnesses at a gas station said Young assaulted 2 women in the parking lot, kicking one of them to the ground. Young also reported pounding his fist into a bulletproof glass at the store and on several cars in the parking lot. Officer Brian was getting his dog Jack out of his police car. Young ran up to him, Sturgis pushed Young back, and Young got in the front seat and put the car into drive. Officer Brian and Young grappled, and Jack bit Young on his thigh. Young hit the dog and tried to drive off. Officer Brian and Jack were only partially in the car, and they tried to stop Young. This is ridiculous. Young managed to put his foot on the brake pedal, but Young drove the car about 10 miles across the street, 10 miles per hour across the street. It came to a stop at another gas station. Officers then tried to pull Young from the car. Officer Zach Chastain shot his taser at Young, but it had no effect.
Oh my god!
He tried twice more, but he could not slow Young. So he got shot with 3 tasers.
Why did they cut this guy?
What is this monster?
He's like Superman!
Just 170-pound skinny dude just going crazy.
Apparently
Okay,
basketball wasn't his sport.
By trash, yeah, seriously, should have done like football or wrestling or something.
Ultimate fighting.
By trash his apartment, did they mean ingest a large amount of PCP? Because that's what this is sounding like.
Dude went nuts. And eventually, they couldn't get his grips off the steering wheel. He was like,
Steel grip.
So eventually they take a flashlight to his wrist and just beat the shit out of it, further ending his basketball career. And he was pulled out of the car
now
and
his hands are
handcuffed.
like this. Yeah.
No officers were injured, and the dog was unharmed. And thus,
And he still hasn't gotten a trophy.
anyone
That's
else-
the real tragedy here.
That's true.
He gets the trophy for biggest nut job at Fresno Pacific University.
give him
I
a
picture
trophy.
this like naked guy running around with a dog attached to his leg as he's just like freaking out, stealing cars.
We should send him a Saggy.
With 4 officers
Should he have
attached to
guy
him.
of the year? Yeah.
We should send this guy a Saggy. We should. Just like, congratulations.
Should he ask guy of the
I don't
year?
want him to know that we exist.
That's better.
That's an excellent point. If they show up.
He'll run naked across the country.
Yeah. Oh!
Just constantly. All right. There you go.
Never
That's,
tiring.
God.
that's the news that's for this week. Let's move to foreign questions.
All right. I don't know if I can top that. First up, we have a video question from G12 Silver Lockets.
Hey SideScrollers, when it comes to upcoming video games that you plan on getting, are you strict about getting the game on its release date, or do you wait a few weeks or so? Please tell me why, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, to Silver Locket, thank you for your video question. It's great to hear from you, because you're a female. We have a female. We have a female viewer.
Yeah! We got a couple. We got a few.
Well, they need to ask questions. I'm just
All right.
saying. They need to ask some questions. It's
right.
great. We need to get our female viewer questions up. We need to get them up. Video questions. I think that'd be really great.
Sure.
Maybe 1 week. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we can do
Girl-a-thon
all girl video questions.
I usually get my games on day 1.
Yeah, I was like, well, we should answer the question.
What do you think, Jared? All girl video question next week?
I usually get my games on day 1.
What do you think, Chad?
Sure, whatever.
All right. Sure, whatever.
It just depends on the game for me. I mean, COD would have been day 1 if we didn't get one sent.
Yeah.
But in Third Strike, definitely day 1. You know, it really just depends on the game for me. But like I'm really interested in playing the new Zelda, but I didn't pick it up on Sunday. I'm just gonna wait till I have some time to
played?
play it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's just take a quick.
I usually get it on day 1. I think the only time that I don't get immediately is never.
Yeah, you.
No, I take that back. The one game I have not bought this year is Dead Rising 2 Frank West Edition.
Really?
Because there's so much other stuff around it that I have to play for reviews that I just literally don't have time for it. So once this review season's over, then I can go pick up Frank West and it'll probably be cheaper.
Yeah. See, that's another reason I think I'm waiting on Zelda is just because I don't have time to play through it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of a day oneer type guy, but I can have patience if I don't have time.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Next up, we have, let's see, ZGamer007 asks, this being a Thanksgiving episode,
Yeah.
what good or bad memories do you have with/without relatives during past Thanksgiving, especially as a kid?
I love that this is the first reference to Thanksgiving we've had.
I know.
On our
And it's our Thanksgiving episode.
That's great. I was gonna go get my buck. You know what?
No, do it. You're supposed to do it.
I can't remember.
Oh God, criminals! They can't see what's happening.
You should probably get that checked out.
Yeah,
Quiet.
That part there. Ugh.
I didn't even think I could do that. You're gonna need help.
You don't look like a pilgrim. You
No,
look
no.
like-
Yeah,
going to.
look like a guy with a belt on my head.
You look like Quail Man.
Yeah.
no, you look like an asshole.
Oh.
I've been called that before.
Damn.
There you go. Here's your.
No, I'm sorry. You're gonna be Quail Man.
I'll be Quail Man then. Oh, you know what? I don't have a whole.
You don't have a hole there. Commit, Craig.
I don't really have any bad Thanksgiving memories.
What do you think?
I do now.
Yeah, this probably.
I'm a pilgrim.
This March the 1st.
Please make that. Sorry, I can't stop picturing Quail Man. This is hilarious.
The only
Please
good.
make that the rotator image so that everyone's like, what the fuck?
All right.
The question doesn't even matter anymore.
There you go.
Yeah.
What? Thanksgiving memories, good or bad?
Thanksgiving memories have always been good for me.
Yeah, I don't really have bad ones.
You know, the idea of Thanksgiving is great. Just get around with your family and eat a bunch of fatty food and enjoy it.
My mom always
pie.
stresses out. It's really funny because like she does not cook. And she's always like felt really bad that she doesn't cook, but like there's very few times. So like when it's Thanksgiving, that's when she makes her desperate attempt. to cook. So,
Is it good though?
yeah, no, it doesn't turn out bad, but she gets so stressed. So it becomes like a planned out day, and she wakes up early and she's trying to do everything. And she's like, oh, this is gonna be wrong, and I just stay the hell out of her way,
Yeah, it's usually a good idea to stay out of mom's way.
Yeah.
Generally.
But now April's here, and April's an amazing cook, so we're just bringing everybody's
So, haha, suckers.
She makes egg rolls for every meal.
Yeah, no, she makes everything good, man. But no, my mom has actually thanked her. She's like, thank you so much for cooking. I never gave that to Chad, and I'm so glad that someone could.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah,
That's great. Thank you so much for filling that void.
Yep.
All right, what else?
Next up, we have another video question. This one from Not a Crazy Guy.
This is G1, not a crazy guy, here with a question. Why exactly did you guys kill off the digital forecast? I mean, I personally like that show, and so did a bunch of other G1s. Is there any particular reason why you gave it the boot?
All right, here's the thing about forecast. It was a subject of hot debate at the HQ for a few weeks. I don't really know why we. No, I know exactly why we cut the forecast. We cut the forecast
To piss you off.
No, the forecast. I wouldn't say it's been. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it's been.
Okay, it took a lot of time, and it didn't really get a lot of views. So we decided to focus our efforts and time on stuff that you guys enjoy more than the digital forecast.
This is what it. Death battle. That's what.
Yeah.
That's why.
What?
The biggest thing, well, it took a day out of Ben's schedule every week that you could be
Right.
spending on Death Battle.
Here's the thing. Death Battle takes so much time to produce. You do not.
All right, it's our
understand-
fault. Fine.
You do not understand how much time it takes to produce an episode of Death Battle. I feel stupid because I have a belt on my head.
It's okay, Craig.
All right. So
Don't leave it. Don't you
Leave
dare
it.
back
Don't
out
you
now.
made
Don't
that.
you dare back out
Don't you
now.
dare.
Commit.
Now you just
but that's the reason why the forecast. You can talk to Ben about it because Ben needed an
Are
extra
you gonna
day.
put it off on Ben? No, seriously though, that really is.
Look.
We decided to focus our time. We have a staff. We have a very limited staff, and so it takes,
What people don't realize. What people don't realize is that literally every hour, every single hour at the office has a purpose. If someone's late or someone's sick and they miss a day, that means two people have to work twice as hard to pick up for that person. So literally every hour. So, if Ben can spend 7 hours working on Death Battle, then that's a better use of his time. Because to be honest, Death Battle does way better than Digital Forecast. And with that said, we are going to be bringing a few new shows to ScrewAttack, which will be really good. So,
Also, speaking of Death Battle, I'm sure some people are wondering. It will be coming up soon. Have we locked down the official date?
Yeah.
It's December
3rd, I think. Oh, no. Let me look at the calendar.
Long story short, you guys know we're doing Dr. Wily versus Dr. Robotnik / Eggman.
Yeah,
And,
sorry. I have it as December 13th,
Okay,
which
December
is
13th.
still a couple weeks away. Ben wanted
Tons
to
of
take
sprites.
he wanted to take a little break on it, and
Yeah, we just tons of sprites. It's a very, very big undertaking. We're trying to make a really, really kick-ass episode for you guys. So it's just been a little bit of longer break than normal, and then we're gonna get back into the swing of things. So
yes, you can expect come December, you'll expect Death Battle to come, as well as an announcement of another third-party show of a producer who's very familiar to you guys.
Yes.
Producing a brand new series just for ScrewAttack, coming up starting in December as well.
cool. That's it for forum questions, but it's time for birthdays. First of all, Fubu, G1 Fubu, I guess he sent me the email, but it never came through. So this is from last week. He's dressed up as Luffy D Monkey from One Piece.
Okay.
And then we have on to this week, which was Craig's challenge was to dress up like pilgrims. And then he also made a little quick reference to British royalty.
Yep.
So, G1 Heretic, we know him from SGC. He went by England, as dubbed by Keith Abakari. He didn't have access to a pilgrim's outfit in England, so he dressed up as Freddie Mercury, his Highness, his Highness
amazing.
Freddie Mercury.
That's pretty amazing.
So, there's that. Then, this is my favorite. I have been waiting for this ever since Revulsive sent it to me.
Okay.
What?
It's Revulsive's birthday, Jared. For any that don't know, Revulsive is a G1 on ScrewAttack who's kind of made his thing making what we call Jared's. He takes horrible, horrible faces and still frames of Jared's face, and shops them into things that are hilarious, like Asian women, Psyduck, Hypnotoad, anything like that. It's a great source of entertainment at the office.
Glorious pieces of art.
That's right. So naturally, since it's his birthday, you're not gonna get a normal picture. There's Jared as a pilgrim. Oh, it gets better. Just in case you wanted to see the female version.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I appreciate that.
I love you, Revulsive. That's what I was waiting for.
That's wonderful.
Yep. There's Freddie Mercury, by the way.
That's great.
Jared's done.
That's wonderful. Way to go.
And here I thought I was gonna get to see a picture of Revulsive to see put a face with the infamy, but nope. It was just more Jared.
All right.
We still have more.
Oh.
Next up, we have Bionic Zach, who's dressed up as a pilgrim.
Excellent.
And then I knew there was going to be one, and I'm surprised there weren't more. Cesar Roque, I believe, has dressed up like Scott Pilgrim. So
wonderful.
I'm really surprised there weren't more of those. And then we have Dr. Strangeman, who wanted to point out to you that it's Native American, not Indian, Craig. And he's dressed up as one.
Indian to me.
Okay.
That's how I was taught.
And then Logros Chaos, dressed up as a pilgrim. And that's it for the flossing over of the racism and the birthday segment.
Look,
so
it's ignorance.
Hey, Craig!
It's ignorance, not racism, all right?
You're ignorantly racist.
Well,
okay.
Here's the thing. If you're taught a certain way, like, look, I get it. I understand you're Native American, and I appreciate that.
I know what you're saying. I'm just playing.
Whatever.
Greg, what's the birthday challenge for this week?
Your challenge is to dress up as a Native American.
Wait,
no, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Be a naked guy beating up a gas station.
No.
Please don't actually be naked.
What?
I don't want those.
No, your job this week, if it is your birthday, is to dress up as Mario in a Tanuki outfit with a question mark on his head.
Oh my god.
As seen in. Oh,
Why
yes.
don't we just have him put a belt on their head?
No, that's way too easy. No. Because last week.
Don't make it too hard.
No. You guys are always like, it's too easy.
No, we're always
hard,
like,
bitch.
it's too hard.
It's
You're
hard.
making it so ridiculous.
We're the people who are always telling you make it too hard.
Full Tanuki suit and Mario with a question box on your head.
Yep.
At least two of those won't even matter anymore.
Well, exactly.
All right,
so
fine.
pick your poison.
If you're gonna do something that ridiculous, we should give him a prize.
All right.
DVD? Something? They'll win a DVD? Or what do you want to do? Advantage content, maybe? Who knows?
Sure, you get a month of advantage.
Okay, if it is your birthday and you dress up in a Tanuki suit with a question block above your head, you will win a free month of advantage.
Yeah,
As well as
buddy.
get featured. There, now I feel a little bit better that you made it so ridiculous.
All three of those need to be apparent in your picture.
Also, since we are giving away prizes, it needs to be like legit, so no just photoshopping your face on a Tanuki.
Yeah, you need to be actually
You need
in
to
an
actually make yourself an outfit.
That's right. All right. So there you go. That is SideScrollers this week. Hey, I did want to make a real fun, quick announcement. And that announcement is that me and my wife are going to have a kid.
What?
Yeah, we're going to have a baby. We've known for a while. We haven't really said anything on the site.
Craig's
but,
pregnant.
my wife is pregnant. It should be coming in mid-March, mid-March, late March, somewhere around there, before April. We're gonna have a little baby girl. That's super exciting. So we're obviously really excited about it. I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around the whole idea of having a baby and having a kid and having a little girl Craig running around, which is.
Can we get her a mini pink hat? Can I make her a mini pink hat?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, she already has a little pink Princess Peach onesie.
Oh, nice.
Good. Yeah, so that's really exciting. So we're gonna have a girl gamer.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. So,
Or else. Daddy, I just want to go play with the Barbies. No, you'll finish Mario RPG.
finish Contra, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Whoa. I was going to say bitch, but I left it out. You're the would-be father. Damn. Well, I guess you can call your kid a bitch if you want.
I'm not gonna call my kid a bitch.
What do you... Names?
This is gonna
Any
be-
thoughts on names?
Yeah, we thought about names, but
This is going to be forever archived.
I
She'll
know.
see it someday.
but she knows that Daddy
Contra, bitch.
Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you.
Hi, I'm Uncle Chad.
And that's Jared.
And I will be here.
All right, so there you go. That's SideScrollers this week. Stay tuned for Extended Cut. Remember, it is what happened before SideScrollers this week. So
I'm looking at Craig's insanity, which then spreads like wildfire.
it's fun, it's exciting. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you're from the UK, have a happy day.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah. He's Craig, I'm Chad.
I'm Jared.
Oh, we didn't do that part?
Nope, but I did.
Hey, I'm Craig.
I'm Chad.
Still Jared.
For SideScrollers on ScrewAttack.com.
I'm leaving.